Good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to my live show tonight. It's going to be a half hour, maybe 45 minutes. I'm going to try to sell as much of my art off my walls and onto yours, just in time for gift giving season. I also have a helper tonight. Caroline's going to help me sell a few of my items, and we'll just switch off as we go through the show tonight. I also want to tell you a few things you can do. A really nice hack is you can go on to my website, and if you go on to the website, there's a live art show button, and when you get to that, you will actually get to the catalog for the show tonight. And this catalog is helpful because if you like something, you can buy it in one click. Makes everything easy and accessible for everyone. Just go to the website www.geoformphotography.com and click on the button for tonight's show, and you're in the catalog. And let's get started and have some fun.
I might have to stay over. This is phenomenal.
So this piece is for sale. All 36 together is the matrix, and they're 8 by 8 inch prints. Overall, this is, I don't remember what it is overall, but I can dub that in later.
You get all the favorites in one.
All the favorites.
All the favorites in one. This is great. Ooh, I like it. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, no, these are like old friends. Oh, I miss these. And some of them are brand new.
Yes, they are.
That I have not seen.
There are some there that are 6 or 7 years old, and some that are just from last week.
Fibonacci.
That's true.
That is grandest.
of
Yes, no, I love this. Oh, Jeff, how long did this take? This is a lot of man hours.
Well, not all that many as you might think, because unless you're saying how long did it take to create all these images, then you're right. That's hundreds and hundreds of hours. But
it's a little bit of both, really.
But the actual putting it up on the wall is quite simple.
Yeah. It's like choosing between your children, though. How do you do that? Which ones?
Trying to make a nice, appealing group of images. They're basically my favorites and fan favorites together.
That makes sense.
The Matrix.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Let's talk about item number 2, Crystal Color. Crystal Color is a 24 inch by 24 inch print on acrylic, and acrylic gives you this juicy color. I really like the color that acrylic gives you a very nice detailed image as well. However, acrylic is kind of expensive. This round cut itself is close to $100. It's cut on a CNC cutter, computerized cutting machine. Just gorgeous though, beautiful edge. I like the way this weave works. This is really a weave of a model standing in a handstand, and if you follow the yellow, you can see the sine wave weave made from her fingertip to fingertip, toe to toe. It's just gorgeous. Then the whole thing is stepped around 365 degrees. Then that image is then flipped over upon itself to give you this beautiful weave. So this is Crystal Color, 36 inches by 36 inches, acrylic print, beautiful edge, wonderful color saturation, and detail is just marvelous. So this large acrylic print, 24 inches by 24 inches, goes for the price of $3.99. $3.99 crystal print. So this is, you recognize this piece, this is the dandelion, and it's made up of a series of poses, all of them being you.
This is, yes, part of the yoga series, I think. No, these were mostly dance poses.
Yeah, these are dance poses.
Mostly
and everybody thinks they are looking at a dandelion.
In the beginning, and then you get up close and you get a little surprise, a different natural surprise.
Well, I call it the aha moment, because people all of a sudden realize, oh my goodness, I'm looking at figures. A pretty one at that, but still figures.
Well, I clean up okay.
So this is a stretch canvas, 36 inches by 36 inches. I have it right here over my fireplace because I think it works perfect there. And it would cost you tonight $333.
Very nice.
The dandelion.
Very nice. It's a wonderful focal point. It almost looks like an eye, too.
Oh yeah, the iris of an eye.
Yeah. It's looking right back at you.
But I like it because it works in a formal living room. It doesn't come across as anything other than a dandelion. And I just do like the fact that people can be in the same room with it for an hour and before they even realize
Yeah.
it's not a dandelion.
I like that too. It's a little surprise factor.
So this is Peacock Arabesque, item number 4. I really like this piece because I got to work with a real live ballerina. She was just gorgeous. They can do things I just don't understand. Lighter than air things, it seems to me. So this ballerina is standing in an arabesque. I really like the geometry of the arabesque. It's got a very cross body pattern, and they get up on their toe and it just looks like they're floating in air while they're on the ground. So I really love this pose. I used the pose, flipped it around, and made a daisy chain of it, and then stepped that around 365 degrees. After that, I flipped the final image, mirrored it backwards, and that's where you get this wonderful weave. So this piece is the canvas again, and it's stretched around a 29-inch frame. And the price on this one is $249 tonight. $249, Peacock Arabesque. Oh, and I should tell you about the peacock part. I was playing with color on this piece. So this one was colorized after the fact, and I layered with these multiple colors, and when it was done, it just reminded me of a peacock tail. So that's where you get Peacock Arabesque. Again, this is 29 inches by 29 inches. The price tonight is $249. Item number 4, Peacock Arabesque. So this is the Golden Lotus.
There we go.
Done on 6 panels. The 6 panels are different sizes, from 36 inches down to 18. And it's stretched canvas. They're just gorgeous. They're a lot less expensive than printing on other mediums because it is canvas. So this is called the Lotus Garden. So these appear as flowers to me.
Yes. And I love how these are layered and displayed.
The 3D effect I like.
You know, the multicolors. Where this one was the original color.
Right.
And then, you know, you just kind of took it and ran with it. And
I took a poll on mine, and the poll came back like 2 to 1 that they like the multicolor.
the multicolor, it lends more to it. I love it. This is Fibonacci. This is the Fibonacci sequence.
Yeah.
So this is math meets art, and I just think that's the funnest idea I've heard in a long time. And that's what creates, you know, this natural spiral effect that you see in nature, you know, sunflowers and the universe and, you know, snail shells and all of that. You know, that's all Fibonacci, and it draws you in, and it feels very, it has its own effect on anyone who's in its presence.
So what I really like about it is you can actually follow the curve from the center all the way out. It wraps around upon itself and comes right back up to where it started.
And then zooms back out again. Yeah. Really fun. And that's another thing I really enjoy about your pieces and your work. They're playful, they're fun, you know, they don't take themselves too seriously, but at the same time, they're serious pieces of art using math, you know, which is just its own fun idea.
In each of the Fibonacci curves are 99 of you. So there's about 2,500 of you in each of these, and there's 6 of them. So you're up here quite often.
I'm exhausted. I may need a raise. But But yeah, this is one of my favorite poses. It's, you know, that strength meets grace. This is one of my favorite series and one of my favorite pieces in general. I know it's a fan favorite, but then putting it together in this.
And now it fills a whole wall. So this is about 10 feet by 4 feet.
And it's never boring. It does not get old, you know?
And
like,
the cost on this is way less than any other material because it is canvas. So the cost of this piece for this show tonight is $699 plus shipping though.
wow.
But if you're nearby, the shipping won't be a big deal.
That's really fun. I would recommend this. It feels a little bit more contemporary, but because everything's so woven, it can go pretty much wherever you want it to go. But this one's been speaking to me a really long time. I really love what you did here, and it sounds like, you know, your audience and your fans have also been really receptive towards.
Yeah, this one as a single piece sold the most. But this piece is all of them. We're selling all of them together, $6.99. The Lotus Garden.
I love watching how this has evolved. You know, I can't wait to see what you come up with next month.
Thank you. Item number 6 is called Afterthought, and Afterthought is a series of a model in yoga poses. So if you're into yoga, this is a piece you might appreciate. This mandala is made up of a series of yoga poses, the same model. We should really have Caroline speaking to this because that's her. About 8 different poses. All of them are yoga poses except for one. And that's where this gets its name. As I was building this piece, I had an area that needed a pose to make it feel a little richer and thicker as we went from the center to the outside pinnacle. And I used a dance pose. Also Caroline, but all of these images in here are of Caroline, and it made this beautiful bursting star mandala, and I really like it. It's very unique. It is actually printed on metallized paper, which gives it these beautiful highlights and rich dark blacks for the background, and I just appreciate that. The image itself is 12 inches by 12 inches, and then the frame overall is 19 inches. So 19 inches from here to here, 12 from here to here. Beautiful traditional style matting. What I mean by that is the traditional way to mat a photography, especially black and white, I mean going way back, is to have a large white area around the image. One of the reasons for that is images in traditional photography couldn't be blown up really large because they'd start losing their detail, they get blurry. So this is about as large as you'd ever see a traditional print, and that's why this is printed to that size, because I wanted to look very much like a traditional print but still have the very digital feel of this mandala. Is kind of playing with your mind. Is this real or is it not real? Because in this format it looks like a traditional photography. So Afterthought is a 12 inch by 12 inch print, 19 inches overall, going on sale tonight for $349 Afterthought. So we've been talking about the Golden Lotus all night long. It's one of my fan favorites, and I've been using it in all sorts of different ways, and the phone cases I have right now is this piece. I know Caroline loves this piece as well, and because she's in it. The Golden Lotus is a math favorite. The Fibonacci curve is in this. I love the way it draws itself all the way down to infinity and comes right back out. It's just fun to even look at. It's got a beautiful color to it. I like this as one of the best prints I've seen in a long time on canvas for color saturation, and you're gonna love it too. This particular print is 36 inches by 36 inches. stretched around a big round frame. I just love it. It's for sale tonight for $299. It's probably one of the best values in the show tonight, so I think you're going to appreciate it. It's the Golden Lotus, a fan favorite. Everybody loves this piece, and so do I.
I see what you mean. I kind of like the twist.
Well, that's kind of pasta. So if you notice, the shoulders are not in the same plane as the hips. So you got both planes are broken. You're like, I forced you to take this. This is forward and this is back.
To be lowered, yeah. But then I like that twist in.
And then, so you have that twist back.
Yeah.
From the hips, then up and opposite. Yeah. Like you're doing right now. Mm-hmm. And that just gives.
Bam. Yeah.
That just look at the curves.
Because then, if you had it twisted more in, then you'd have more to see.
So this is called the Tiny Dancer, and it is a cantapasto pose. As we were talking a little bit earlier, you might have overheard us talking about how the cantapasto works. It's how the hips line up with the shoulders, and not just in the vertical plane, but also in the horizontal plane, where the shoulders are going further back and the hips are coming forward. But what it does is it forms all sorts of wonderful curves and more rounded shapes in the human body form. And I think you may have remembered that's how David is standing, the famous David sculpture. And I've just fallen in love with it. It really makes someone look incredibly more beautiful. I think that's the whole purpose of this pose in the first place. But this piece is an intermittent form poured in plastic. So this is actually plastic, and it's been painted to look like bronze. And it's going to be eventually bronze. And that's really what we're selling, is the bronze version of this piece. Tiny Dancer. She's 24 inches tall. She's about 10 inches wide, and with the base a little under 10 inches wide. Cantapasto pose, gorgeous. I can't wait to get it in the queue. It should take about a month to 2 months from when this gets into the queue at the foundry to when you would receive it as a full-blown bronze. The Tiny Dancer. Joy in Gold is one of my favorite pieces. I really loved working on it. It was one of the earliest pieces you're going to see tonight. This is probably about 6 years old now. Joy in Gold is a series of models all in leaping poses, and it's just gorgeous. I think how it works is the fact that it's all in this beautiful gold color on a deep, rich background of black. Then it is also framed and matted in a black as well, so it really comes across as a very handsome piece. I've had it over my mantle. I've also had it over the headboard of my bed. I think it's just a real handsome piece. Lots of people look at this and try to figure out what it is, and they see either fire. I've even heard someone say, hey, it looks like the back end of a jet engine with all the flames lapping out at you. It's not until you get close enough and stare at it at a fairly close distance do you see that it's made up of a series of models. It's kind of fun. This has that aha moment I've spoken of before. This piece is 24 inches by 24 inches. That's the print, and then 29 inches overall top to bottom with the matte frame. I have had this professionally matted with a non-glare glass, so it's kind of a more expensive piece just because it's done so well, and it is going on sale tonight for $4.99. That's the cheapest you've ever seen the price for this in any show. $4.99, Joy in Gold. It is a favorite of mine. I really love this piece. If I sell this piece tonight, I'll make another. It's just that special to me. Joy in Gold. Okay, so this piece is kind of interesting for me. I was trying to get a very organic plant-like feel. And so this is supposed to be a patch of flowers blooming. And all the colors on here are from nature and are done real pastel. And this is a metal print. And what's nice about metal print is it probably has the most accurate color of any print you can get. So if you show us the side real quick, you can see that it's a really thin sheet of metal. It's ready to hang again, as you can see.
Thin, but not so thin that it will cut you.
No. Yeah. But anyway, so
Raised back again, so
it stands a little bit away from the wall, gives it a little bit of a yes, exactly. But the color saturation is gorgeous. The printer matched the color just perfectly. I was worried when I took it out of the box that it wouldn't be what I wanted it to be, and it is. It's just gorgeous. And the detail, again, just like an acrylic print, is very good. It's a very high resolution, high color saturation piece.
Who would you like to?
these artichoke colors really get me. I like how this is lit. I like the concept behind it. It's, another fun little natural surprise.
This one's probably more provocative than any of the others because it's so simplified.
It's very overt.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just no holds barred. This is what it is.
Different strokes for different folks was my thinking there. There are some people that might rather see more nude than design, where obviously mostly everything else on the wall behind you is more design than nude.
Even though it's design made of nudes, just like this, I think it's because it's the size of the figure and this that, may feel more provocative, but.
So this is 16 inches by 16 inches, metal print. Cost on this one is $196. So this again was the concept of using nature color rather than nature's math.
There you go. Yeah.
And I think it worked pretty well. I really like the way it turned out.
This is really lovely. It's just more fun. Here we go again. Classic Jeff.
Thank you. Hello, I want to talk a little bit about swag or merchandising. My webpage has quite a bit of it. I'm going to let Caroline talk to you about some of the stuff that's available, but there's a lot more. Everything from t-shirts to yoga mats to magnet stickers, greeting cards, all are available on the webpage. Find your favorite image and print it on some swag. And that's important with the holiday season coming up. I think you'll find something, a good gift for anybody on your list. So take it away, Caroline. What you got there, Caroline?
I got some swag, some Jeff Caskey swag. So this is a phone case with a Golden Lotus, like a piece of it, just kind of centered for today's technology. Just keep it company. You need a smile. This is our canvas bag with butterflies on it, which honestly, this is really well made. I like this one.
It's two-sided. I like the fact when I got it, it was two-sided, so yeah. And that's the small. There's a large and a small.
Yes, this is also very handy. Like, I could see myself actually using all of this stuff. This is Unity.
Unity,
Correct?
that's right, yeah.
Unity.
And there's
also double-sided.
two coffee mug sizes, a large and a medium. I guess that's a medium or regular. Yeah.
Yes. One of my favorite pieces of swag that I modeled earlier for you guys. This is, again, Golden Lotus in a hoodie. And I love the colors on all of this. This is phenomenal. So, I don't know what size this is, but
I think it's a large.
yes, this is a large.
You were swimming in it a bit, but you look so cute in it.
I mean, that's the style now anyway. You're supposed to look like,
So item number 7 on the catalog is Crack the Whip. Crack the Whip is one of the older pieces I've ever done. It's probably about 4 or 5 years old as well. It is a model in a leaping pose, a ballerina, matter of fact, in a leaping pose. What I really like about this pose she's in is it's shot at about a 45-degree angle. And what that did is it gave her great depth. So she kind of looks like she's coming towards you. I was then able to take her and string her from fingertip to fingertip back into infinity, and it really shows the image well. It gives this a very, very 3D effect. You really feel like you're falling back into this image when you follow the model. And then of course it comes back out on the other side. The name Crack the Whip comes from the famous Homer painting of the children playing Snap the Whip. I saw that and I couldn't get away from it. It's got that kind of energy too, a joyful, playful, crack the whip kind of energy. The colors are primary. I tried this primary color scheme a few times and I really like it. It does give this, again, more of a fun, fanciful feel to the image. And I have it hanging here in a diagonal. You don't have to do that, but I love the way the diagonal takes up more room on the wall, for one, and for two, it also gives this a little more drama, energy, whatever you want to call it, because it is hung on an angle. Overall size is 22 inches by 22 inches. Crack the Whip is going tonight on sale for $2.99. $2.99 and Crack the Whip. So Caroline, you are now sitting in front of one of my first stone sculptures. This is made out of individual brook stones, and it's called the Sleeper. And who modeled the Sleeper? Do you remember? That's
me. It was me. I remember this. It was incredible. We had to do this in pieces, like most sculptures, like most works. We did the head separate from the torso, separate from the hips and legs, and it was a wonderful collaborative piece. We were busy working out logistics for this kind of material, I remember, and It took a little bit of push and pull to figure out the resin and how everything settled in it and that kind of thing, but it would and still have it be something that would hold up in the outdoors. That was your main, that was your primary concern, right?
So she's multi-layers of stone, but she was hollow, and one of the things I found out right away was in very warm weather it tended to distort.
Yeah.
So now she's filled with a rosin as well. So she's solid, and that froze her from changing her shape after that.
But only about 120, 130 pounds?
She's somewhere between 120 and 140 pounds. So yeah, she'll be a bit of a concern to ship, but we'll figure that out.
But it's not like she's gonna float away, when she was outside. So, but this was lovely to work on, and it just feels, it has a very peaceful presence,
Yeah, I like the idea of the Sleeper because then it's more a demure piece.
Yeah, I agree. This one is, I'll miss this one when she goes.
Yeah.
I like the feeling, that she brings out.
And that. So the Sleeper is going on sale tonight for $7,800. It is about 140 pounds. It's about 5 feet long, 3.5 feet wide, and 2 feet tall. I think you'll love it. It'll fit in your garden or atrium or even foyer of their house. I have it in the living room for now, but I just love this piece. Very tranquil and has just a quiet sort of beauty to it. The Sleeper. Wheel in the Sky is one of the oldest pieces in the collection tonight. I think it actually is the oldest piece. Wheel in the Sky is a model leaping in air and then weaved together in a pattern.